Many of us dream of moving to a beautiful tropical island. Well, that's exactly what one couple from Leeds did more than a decade ago. But instead of just sitting back and relaxing, they set up an animal sanctuary on the island of Phuket in Thailand. But they ended up paying a heavy price for their decision.
Back in 2003, Gill and Gill Dalley from Leeds moved to the tropical island of Phuket in Thailand after taking early retirement from their jobs in Leeds. But actually, that's when Gill's real work began.
You couldn't walk 10 yards down a street without seeing a dog in the most terrible, terrible condition.
There's probably around 50,000 dogs total. That would include stray dogs, community dogs and owned dogs.
So Gill went on a mission to control the number of dogs in Phuket by sterilising as many as she could.
Dogs that we can't pick up easily, we chemically blowed out them with an anaesthetic.
It was always a tough job, but then one day it changed Gill's life forever.
We're here at the location where the accident, for want of a better phrase, happened. I'd done a recce here. There were several dogs that I wanted to pick up. One of them in particular, I'd already sussed out that she was not friendly and I knew she'd have to be blowed outed.
After the dog was hit by the dart, it shot off into this field, which was under about 18 inches of water at the time. Gill was worried about the animal, so she followed it into the flooded field.
By the time I got to her, she was just starting to go down under the water. So I got to her in time and I kind of half dragged her under her armpits from roughly where that shack is over there to all the way back to the road here.
Gill had managed to save the dog, but a few days later she started to feel a terrible pain in her legs.
I said to John, I have to go to the hospital.
We took her down to the hospital. Literally, she went on a trolley, and while we were there, her legs literally started to change colour from pink to grey.
Whilst they knew it was a water-based gram-A negative bacteria, whatever that means, that was as far as they could find out what it was.
Her walk in the wet field to rescue the dog had given Gill an infection called septicemia.
The blood leaves the arms and the legs and goes to help all the vital organs, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, etc., fight whatever it is that's attacking you.
But winning the fight against the infection meant that Gill had to have both legs amputated below the knees, and she returned home in a wheelchair. Gill left hospital in December 2004, just 3 days before the Indian Ocean tsunami hit Phuket. It badly damaged part of the island and left Gill with yet more bad news.
About 10 o'clock at night, we got a phone call to say that my best friend, Leonie, had been taken by the second wave. Well, that kind of finished me off.
But Gill knew she had to get her life back, and that life was helping the island's dogs, animals which are sometimes badly abused.
Right, what we're seeing here, and you won't want to film this operation, it's an amputation. These are not infrequent. Machete attacks are common, gunshot wounds, throwing acid at dogs, boiling liquid on dogs, you name it, we see it. Mainly it seems to be young men. It could be in some cases the dog is being annoying them, maybe chasing the motorcycle or something. Sometimes it's just drunkenness.
What they've been through is horrendous compared to me, and yet they come out the other side totally okay with people again. It's a trait human beings just don't have, and yes, that inspires me.
But if Gill was to go on helping the dogs, she had to learn how to walk again. And for that, one special dog helped her.
Yes, you are. You're my princess.
This is Gill's blind old dog called Ginger.
Whenever Gill went upstairs on her knees, Ginger would walk step by step with her.
Until finally Gill could do it on her own, with 2 artificial legs.
I well remember the doctor in charge of a case saying to her that the vast majority of people in her situation that he came across in reality ended up not using the legs and spending their lives in wheelchairs, because it is extremely difficult to learn to walk again on 2 prosthetics, and it's extremely painful to go through.
Okay.
What's happening with this dog, Jill?
Coming out of anaesthetic.
He's one of several dogs and cats being sterilised at a mobile clinic in the grounds of a school in Phuket. The operation is performed under general anaesthetic. The clinic's run by Soi Dog, the charity Jill and John set up when they moved to Thailand 11 years ago.
We are now the biggest dog and cat charity in Asia.
Soi Dog cares for injured animals and campaigns against the trade in dog meat, a delicacy in some parts of Asia. The charity also sends animals all over the world for adoption.
Finding good homes in Thailand, particularly in Phuket, where the population is fairly transient because it's based entirely on tourism, is not easy. So a lot of dogs go overseas. We were back in the UK for the first time in nearly 11 years. I went to a Soi Dog reunion show in Wakefield.
Deborah's part of Soi Dog's adoption team.
As a Yorkshire lass myself, we kind of have a bit of a reputation. We don't take any nonsense. Whatever knocks you get in life, you pick yourself up, brush yourself down and carry on. It's the Yorkshire spirit, really. That's what Jill has shown. She's definitely a Yorkshire lass through and through.
But Jill isn't what she once was.
I get very tired, obviously, with the physical side. Given the climate, my stumps in the sockets, they reach humongous temperatures. They get very wet through the sweating. And yeah, come the end of the day, they're damned uncomfortable. Never mind, I'm too busy. I'll call you back in a minute, OK, Car? I'm just checking in dogs, sorry.
She's able to organise the mobile clinic, but her new legs aren't great for catching dogs.
Hello.
Nowadays, if one ran off into danger, there's not much Jill could do.
Balance-wise, I find it difficult to carry heavy dogs.
Given what happened to you, would you go back into the field again to save the dog?
I doubted that dog, and if I'd have chosen not to go in, she would have died, she would have drowned. So if the price I have to pay is to lose my legs, yes, I'd do it again. Disabled people in Thailand tend to be hidden away. They don't go out anywhere, they don't do anything, their life ceases to be.
But that's not how Jill sees her disability.
There is going to be some children, I think, coming over to Mobile this afternoon, and I'm going to take the opportunity to show them that life doesn't stop when something bad happens to you.
Now Jill wants to raise the money to build a hospital for the animals. The plans have already been drawn up.
It will be the best animal hospital for dogs and cats in the whole of Asia, trust me.
And there's no doubting she has the will to make it happen.